Today, we're diving into a really personal story. It's about family, it's about love, and it's about the incredible weight of a promise. We're going on a journey, really, into the heart of what it means to be a son.
And it all starts with this line from our narrator, Harish. Right away, you know this is serious. He doesn't just call it a tough time, he calls it a storm, an overwhelming, life-changing force that was about to test everything he thought he knew about himself and his family.
So, to really understand that storm, we first have to understand the home it was about to hit. We need to meet the family at its heart and see the foundation of sacrifice that it was built on. So, let's meet them. It's a simple Brahmin Hindu family from Ghaziabad. You've got the father, Hirday, a sharp chemistry professor. The mother, Kiran, who's this quiet, wise presence. Our narrator, Harish, is the elder son, along with his wife, Mona. And then there's the younger brother, Umesh, who's living all the way over in Canada. Now, right away, you see these two brothers took completely different paths in life. Harish, the elder, he stayed. He became the one to care for their aging parents. Umesh, the younger one, he left for Canada. And his future? It was paid for by the family mortgaging their only house. I mean, think about that. That's a huge, life-altering sacrifice made for one son's dream. And Harish himself asks this, right? It's a question that just hangs over this whole story. It taps into this deep, almost universal idea of what family duty is. This belief that you do whatever it takes for the people you love, no questions asked. But that foundation of love and sacrifice, well, it was about to be put to the ultimate test. Because now, that storm Harish mentioned at the beginning, it's about to make landfall. And just look how fast everything starts to unravel. In the winter of 2014, his father gets diagnosed with Parkinson's. Before they can even process that, this relentless cycle of midnight emergencies and hospital runs begins. And then, the knockout blow. Harish, the family's only source of income at that point, loses his job. Everything just collapsed all at once. And you can just feel the weight of it all, can't you? Imagine trying to juggle a high-pressure job while constantly being pulled away for emergencies. Harish paints these heartbreaking pictures of his elderly mother sleeping on a cold hospital staircase, of him, night after night, sitting on a hard plastic chair by the ICU, just watching, waiting, and fearing what would happen next. Just when it felt like they were about to lose absolutely everything, his wife Mona stepped up in a huge way. She'd left her career to raise their kids, but now she went back to teaching. She took charge. Harish calls her the pillar of our survival, and you can tell he means it with every fiber of his being. Now, through all of this chaos, Harish mentions he never heard from his brother. But what's really incredible is that he says he felt no anger. Not a bit. What he felt was something else, something deeper. A silent, deep, and very lonely pain. It wasn't about resentment. It was about the isolating weight of the promise he was keeping. And that brings us to the final years of his parents' lives. The storm of that initial crisis starts to fade, and it gives way to this long, bittersweet season of care, of memories, and, this slow, inevitable process of saying goodbye. So what's with the number 2? Well, it stands for 2 incredibly precious years. After weeks and weeks in the ICU, his father just begged to come home. So they brought him home. And for 2 more years, Harish cared for him. Every single moment became a gift, Every breath, a memory he could hold on to. And then, in 2016, that precious time ran out. And the way Harish describes his father's passing, it's just this beautiful, poignant image. He doesn't see it as a tragedy, but as a peaceful rest after a very long, very hard journey. And he found that rest right there, in his son's arms. 5 years go by, and in 2021, the family had to face another loss. His mother passed away, and her passing is described as being so perfectly her. Quiet, without any fuss, a gentle departure that just echoed the silent strength she carried her entire life. Okay, so we're at the final section. This is where Harish really reflects on everything that happened. This isn't just a story about loss. It's about what was created, what was forged in the very heart of that storm. He talks about standing in their empty room and that silence is just deafening. And this sentiment, wow, it's so powerful. The loss isn't just about missing his parents as people. It's about missing a core part of who he is, the very identity of being a son. After all that pain, all that loss, this is where it all lands.
Harish is absolutely clear on this point. The storm, it didn't break him. No, it did something more. That whole ordeal didn't destroy him, it created him. It forged his true identity and revealed the man he was always meant to be. He starts his conclusion with this simple, powerful statement. Just, I am Harish. This is who he is now, not the son who left for a different life, but the one who remained, the one who faced that storm head on. And that's what it all comes down to. His entire journey was about honoring a promise, an unspoken vow of love and duty to the people who gave him absolutely everything. And Harish says that if he had to do it all again, he would, without a single doubt. And that leaves all of us with a pretty profound question to reflect on, doesn't it? In the face of that kind of sacrifice, what defines us? And what promises are we willing to keep?